What's up, Solicit Nation? It's your girl Nikki, and I'm back with another Unsolicited Truth video. Today is Mother's Day, and I am so excited because look at who's next to me, guys. Who is this? This is Mama Truth. Oh my God, we did it, guys. Prayer and manifestation works. Prayer and manifestation works. Look at this. This is a woman that told me she would never, not ever. And look at her, looking just as beautiful and gorgeous. Mommy, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for doing this for me. I know it's taking a lot for me to get you in front of this camera and you just to be in front of the camera, but
absolutely,
I appreciate you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm not gonna dawdle because I don't know how much time she gonna give me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into these questions. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions on my IG. I told y'all. If y'all wanted to ask me questions, you got to follow me on Instagram. But thank you to everyone who submitted the questions. And hopefully this won't be the last. So if we don't get to your question this time, or we don't get, or you weren't able to ask a question, stay tuned. Hopefully we can do another one. But again, for all the mothers, I said this yesterday in my vlog, but for all of the mothers out there, we love you. We appreciate you. The sacrifices that you guys make, the literally giving your body to us in order to bring us into this world. We appreciate you. That is a gift and a blessing that can never be repaid. And I just want to say thank you, Mommy, for being the wonderful mother that you are, Mama Truth. And thank you to all of the mothers out there. You know I appreciate you. All the mothers. Can't do it without y'all. All right, now, Mama.
Yes.
My Mommykins, are you ready for the questions?
I am.
All right, so some of them are going to be for just you. Some of them are going to be for just me. Some of them are going to be for both of us, okay?
Okay.
All right, so first question. Ooh, we getting right into it. What is one of the greatest things, okay, of having Nikki as your daughter? Go ahead and tell the people what makes me so amazing.
Woo! That would take forever to tell this story. So,
well, just give them a brief synopsis of all the great things that make me great, all the greatness that makes me great.
I will definitely do that. First of all, I want to just say I am very, very proud of my daughter, Nicole. I know she doesn't like for me anybody call her Nicole, but I do because she's my child. I gave birth, so I can call her whatever I want, but I prefer to call her Nicole or Nikki or my shortcake.
She give me all the nicknames, huh?
Yeah. You know what makes my baby girl special to me is, you know, when I was going through some very hard times, and I don't know if Nicole has shared some things with you about my relationship with my mom, but I didn't have a real relationship with my mother. It was a challenge. When I was a little girl, my mother was not there for me. And when I got pregnant with Nicole, God had given me a word. And the word he had given me, that he would give me double for my trouble. And at first I didn't know what that meant. I thought, you know, she would just come in and fill a lot of voids for just being my child and give me an opportunity to be the mother to her that I didn't have for myself or didn't get with the relationship I didn't have with my mom. But it's been more than that. You know, we've had a lot of challenges in life, but Nicole has been that constant voice of God, even as a young child to me, just like her brothers. When I sometimes didn't know which direction to go in, or when I felt depressed or very challenged, he would speak through my daughter and through her brothers to me, and I could hear the voice of God. And when I didn't even know for myself sometimes where I needed to go, what I need to do, I could talk with Nicole, especially as she got older, and she would ask me questions that would cause me to think. And
I'm always making you think now.
And cause me to look at things from a different perspective. So what makes her so special to me is everything that's about her. I mean, I love her wit. I love her smartness. I love, if that's even a word,
intelligence. You can say intelligence.
Intelligence.
Smarts.
Okay.
What I'm just saying.
I don't need you to give me help.
You just said. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. But
it's our relationship in a nutshell.
She's a very, very smart young woman. She's very capable. You know, what you guys really do see on screen is what we get every day.
The unsolicited truth, authentic. I told you.
Some days it can be too much for me. And in those days when it's too much, I have to let her know.
And she does. And she does.
And again, when I say, and I think that's one of the things about our relationship and about having her and her being my only daughter. She is, she's a challenge in the sense that she challenges me to be a better version of me as a mother, as a woman, as a person. And I think we do that for one another.
It's just the first question, love.
I know. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mama Truth she gonna give it all to you. She gonna go. The reason why I'm saying it, this is her first time in front of the camera. Yeah. She'll give it all to you, but a lot of what you're saying are in some of the questions later on. Okay. So if you just let the questions naturally, you can elaborate on a lot of those things. All right. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's
I didn't
okay.
Go too far.
Nope. You didn't go too far. All right. Next one. What's Mama's Truth zodiac sign? Stop looking at the questions. What's Mama's Truth zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
And boy is she. She is like
Excuse me?
Everybody who knows a Cancer. Mama Truth is not like any of those people. Mama Truth is perfect. Mama Truth is not emotional. Mama Truth is not I'm finer, even though she's not. Mama Truth is none of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, Mama Truth is she's a Cancer. Look. Yeah. What was it, Mommy? Because what's that? A Taurus and a Cancer made an Aquarius.
Yes.
My dad's a Taurus. That's why when I tell y'all about Tauruses, like I know Tauruses. And when I talk to y'all about Cancers, I know Cancers. When I talk about Pisces, I know Pisces. When I talk about Capricorns, I know Capricorns. Those are the signs that have surrounded me my entire life. Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, and Tauruses. My whole life. All right. Let's see. What's the next question? Next question. What is one of your favorite memories of each other? Does it have to be the same memory, or do I pick a memory and Mommy pick a memory?
I think you pick a memory and I pick a memory.
And then you pick a memory? Yeah. Okay. Well, Mother's first. It's Mother's Day. So you pick a memory first and then I'll pick a memory.
Favorite memory. One of, because I have many.
Yes. Oh, okay. I got one.
Well, you go ahead.
Okay. My favorite memory with my mom is when I was younger, me and my mom used to always watch, we used to pick a Saturday, one Saturday a month, and we used to watch this movie called Scarlet. I don't know if y'all know what Scarlet is, but Scarlet is the sequel to Gone with the Wind. And it's like a 6.5 hour long movie. And let me just to date myself for a second. We watched it on a cassette, on the VHS. So it was 2 VHSs because it was 3 hours on each one, right? And so we would pop one tape in and then we would watch it all day and pop the next one in. But me and my mom would designate an entire Saturday. We would just get some food, some snacks, and we would sit, and no matter how many times we watch the movie, we haven't done that in so long, Mama. We got to do that again. We would watch Scarlet, and we've seen it a million times. Yeah. A million times. But we still love that movie and we watch it. And, that for me was always my go-to memory, that and forcing her to watch The Bodyguard. Oh. Everybody knows The Bodyguard is my favorite movie. Forcing her to watch The Bodyguard is also my jam. You know what? Let me tell you how much I watched it, Mommy. Tell them
No.
I watched The Bodyguard so much when I was a kid that it got banned in my house. My family wouldn't allow me to watch it.
Well, my brothers or my mom. But that's because when you would watch it, we would try to make that memory with you.
They know they like that. They love the movie too.
There and you would say all the lines.
Because they were good lines.
But we didn't need for her to do that. We just wanted to watch the movie and create a memory with her. But we didn't need her to say every line in the movie.
I can give you.
And so finally we would say, okay, if you're going to say all the lines, we're not going to watch it.
So I'm saying
then she said them under her breath. And, that was just not, okay.
But now, I made, what was it, a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Me and you and Big Bro, right? Me, you and Big Bro?
Yeah.
Sat down and watched The Bodyguard. It's a good movie.
It is.
It's a good movie, man.
And Scarlet it's still an okay movie, but it's kind of taken the back seat because of a whole lot of things that I've learned over the years, about the background of Gone with the Wind.
Oh, yeah.
So, but Scarlet is still a great movie.
Scarlet is still a great movie, yeah.
But Yeah.
It maybe, you know what? Now that I think about it, that might be why we haven't watched it in so long. Scarlett is the jam, yo.
Yeah, so strong, but yet so vulnerable, and yet and especially back during that time, she was able to still make her own way and be the woman that she felt that she wanted.
Shout out to all the strong women out there doing it and paving their way and not looking for somebody to make a road for them, but they carving it out on their own. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I like the movie She Want Me, is that we both love that strong, the strong woman trope in movies. That's why we like Wonder Woman and everything like that. I think women, that kind of representation of like those strong female leads is super, super important.
And of course, when it comes to drama, you know, what's that girl that played in the, you and I used to watch Scandal.
Oh!
You know,
you talking about Kerry Washington?
Yeah, great representation. I mean, just
great. Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope. She's not even Kerry. But people don't even know what her real name is. Olivia Pope in general, and it's based on a true story. Olivia Pope is
I guess my favorite memory.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'm about to move on. I'm sorry. Go ahead, love.
My favorite memory, I have so many of them, but I don't think it's just with Nicole. It's with her brothers as well. When we would, on a Saturday, I would go out, do grocery shopping, come back home. We'd put the groceries away, clean up, and then we'd do some things around the house. And then we would go out on a Saturday to the park and to Brahms to get you guys ice cream and hamburgers.
Oklahoma. If you don't know nobody, you don't know Brahms.
We did that every Saturday. And that was one of many.
Okay, our Brahms trips. All right, that's what's up. Here's a good one. Nikki, would you rather give your mom a new house or a trip around the world, first class, all inclusive? I'm gonna tell you right now, I would give her the trip around the world, first class, all inclusive. My mama can buy a house. She can buy multiple houses. Trust me. I don't need to buy her a house. But one thing that she hasn't done for herself is travel.
Yeah.
And so if I could give her around the world, what, all inclusive? That means food, flight, and living arrangements. I would 100% do that.
And what would you want, Mama?
Right. And that's a better question for you. Like, what would you want? You want a new house, Mom, or you want a
trip around the world is definitely the first thing. Like Nicole said, I can get my own home. I do have my own home, and so that's a blessing in itself. But
they know they done seen bits and pieces of it. It's big, y'all. I can only show you bits and pieces. Trust me. If I try to walk you through it,
but the trip
run out of tape.
But the trip around the world would definitely be huge, because I would like to actually step out of my comfort zone and see how others live and to interact with other cultures.
Oh, here's a good one. How does Mama Truth feel about you being on these interwebs? You can start with kind of how you felt initially versus how you feel now, if you want to do that.
Well, initially, to be honest, because I wasn't familiar with the social media world as much as I am now from watching Nicole do what she does, I was kind of skeptical, because the reason why I was skeptical, because I'm a generation younger, I'm a generation older, and so, I'm used to things where you guys are already, you were born into this. I kind of had to evolve into social media, into computers and the internet and all that.
We are the internet babies.
Yeah. And so I'd heard of other young people, influencers, doing what she was doing and thinking, okay, this just was a hobby. But then when I saw the seriousness of it, I realized it could become a platform for her to do what she was always designed and purposed to do, which is write,
talk. Y'all know I love to talk.
Because I thought for years when she was younger that she was going to be a lawyer, because she can debate the best of them with the best. Okay? She can debate with the best.
I'll argue you down.
And so I always thought from a very young age, I knew two things about Nicole. She was going to be a writer. I knew that for sure. And then that.
Shout out to everybody that's purchased my books.
And
love you guys.
Then
link in the description down below. Link in the description down below to get my books if you haven't gotten my books yet. You heard it from the mama's mouth.
Yeah, and a lawyer. So those two things. I used to watch her write plays and things of that nature. So.
And so now you basically see the benefit.
I see the benefit of it. I see how It has come full circle.
It can be a career.
And yeah, it can be a career.
All right. You ready for the next one, love?
Yes.
All right. Oh, here. I would like to ask Mama Truth, how did you come up with different ways to discipline your children?
Okay.
I feel like I should answer this.
No. How did I come up with different ways? Well,
help me. SOS.
Well, first of all, as a single mom, you know, having a very headstrong daughter, two sons that are very headstrong, and not in a bad way, because one of the things I did recognize early is that that no one recognized with me is that, and I believe this with all my heart, God gives parents the ability to see the bent or the giftings in their children. And because he gave me that ability with my three, yes, I was anointed and appointed and chosen by them to be their mom. And so there were things that I felt that I could say to them or do with them, even in disciplining them, that would help guide them and move them in the right direction. We have gone back and discussed those things, and it has helped bring closure and hopefully some healing for me and for my children. You never get too old where you can experience healing as a parent or as children.
I think that not to interrupt you, love. I think that after I interrupted you, I apologize. Okay. I think that that's what's important, though, is that regardless of how you disciplined us when we were younger, certain things that we look back on and we go, we didn't necessarily have to go through that. But one thing I do always appreciate about you, love, is that you're so transparent. She's so transparent, guys. Like, so if we bring something to her from our childhood, and y'all know how sometimes it can be talking to Black moms. I'm glad that my mother is not like the traditional Black mom, and I hate to say it like that, but like in the sense that therapy and communication, open communication, us being able to express ourselves even when we were younger, like that was all okay in my house. You know, it wasn't like you to be seen and not heard. In my house, our opinions mattered. She always considered us even when we were kids, man. And I think that now as an adult, the reason why it's so much easier for my brothers and I to deal and heal from some of the things we went through in our past and even what we go through in our present is because of how transparent she's been about her own journey and her own self-healing. And she's always been so transparent and so just forthcoming and being like, if she felt like she messed up, she's like, I own that. And that has always been, I think, one of the driving forces for why no matter what discipline choices you made in the past, we've always managed to, we managed to like we come full circle. Like it all, in my opinion, it all worked out for the better.
But as a parent, you have to be able to recognize that you're not perfect. Children have to be able to recognize that you're not perfect. And, that comes with having those open conversations. In every decision that I tried to make as a parent, it was always with this in mind. I had always promised God that I would bring forth assets in this world and not liabilities.
It says, what's the worst thing Nikki did as a child?
Oh, I can go straight to it. It's not the worst. It's not the worst, but it's one.
Okay.
I bought her a brand new pair of shoes.
I didn't do them on part. Okay, go ahead.
For school.
I feel like I told y'all this story.
They were black and white Oxfords. And
y'all remember the Oxfords that y'all had to wear with the uniforms?
Yeah, with the uniforms. And I came home. This is backdrop. She and her brother decided to go and get snacks. I'm a single parent. I had to watch what I left out for them to eat and not make sure.
We would eat it all.
Yeah, but
in one fell swoop.
Most kids would, but I needed to make sure that we had enough to go from paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. Just being honest.
Yeah.
And so
who was on that struggle tip?
And so Corey, her brother, had a way of manipulating her, really, to get her to get food.
He manipulated me. He knew I was weak in the stomach when it came to food, bruh.
And so that day I went to work.
Yeah, she always left for work.
They were latchkey kids.
Yeah.
I went to work.
She always left for
and came back. Nothing happened. Everything was great. Next morning, you know, I get up. I said, Nicole, she had on her tennis shoes, I think.
And it wasn't gym day.
I said, why are you wearing your tennis shoes? I said, I bought you brand new Oxfords to wear with your uniform. Where are they? Well, I don't want to wear them, Mommy. I said, nah, that's not the way this goes. You're going to wear those. And when she came out, after I literally had to threaten her with a whooping to put those shoes on. And she came out and I saw one whole side of the shoe completely burned.
Y'all be thinking my stories are
it was completely burned.
Y'all be thinking my stories are lies.
The reason why it was completely burned was because where I kept the snacks was over the stove. And I had a gas stove. And so she decided, after being told by her brother about getting them, to climb up on the stove to get up there. Her foot hits the control knob for the stove, and one of the eyes came on, and
I was sitting there. I would have my foot on it. Wasn't even paying attention because I got my shoe on. You know, child burned right through that rubber.
And of course, being as smart as she is, smart as her oldest brother is, who is the GOAT when it comes to doing undercover stuff.
Man, what?
They tried to hide it. Needless to say, that day, we got some spankings going on.
Not only did I get spanked, but she made me wear the shoes to school, the burnt joints.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I never went above the stove to get snacks again though, so I figured lesson learned.
You know,
lesson learned.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a great segue into the next question. What kind of kid was I growing up, love? I was just telling everybody that look, whatever she said, I did it right away. She didn't have to ask me to clean my room. She didn't have to ask me to get up and brush my teeth or wash my face. All she had to do was know that I was the kind of child that you don't look at them and tell them that that's exactly what happened.
She's lying.
Yes. Okay. This is the unsolicited lie. No. It really is. Okay, fine. Tell them what kind of kid was I?
Nicole really was a mischievous kid. She really was. She could get into anything and everything.
And I was curious.
Yeah, she was curious, but when she got in trouble, did she know how? Man, there were times when I had to catch her, lock her in the bathroom.
All right, now. She about to start telling my business. I would run. Look, what she's trying to say is I ran from the whooping, all right? Yeah. If you gonna whoop me, I'm gonna make you work for it.
But no, I think for the most part, all of my children, they were good kids. They really were. I thank God.
I feel like I was a good kid and teenager. I feel like
you were, and I think she was that.
I got out of pocket in my 20s.
Yeah, I think she did that because she felt like I had enough going on with my oldest and with the situation with her baby brother. Yeah. So she tried to be that kid,
consummate middle child.
Yeah, try to be that kid that brought the peace, that always was the good child. And you know, even as a middle child or any child, when they're trying to change themselves to be the constant peace in the home, that's not their role. And we've had those conversations and we've worked through it, but mostly she was a good child. She was not a bad child. She liked to get into things because she was curious, which would bring trouble.
Right. Well, but more than anything, I'm actually very surprised you didn't say this. More than anything, I always thought it was my mouth. I used to get, that's what I got in trouble for at school, at church, at home, at somebody else's house. It was always the fact that I had a smart ass mouth.
But that didn't make you a bad child.
This is true.
And you weren't a bad child. That just made you a very vocal child. A lot of times being vocal meant you would say, I always say this, if it hit Nicole's brain, it's going to hit her mouth.
I told y'all she said that. Yeah, I told y'all she said that.
If it hits her brain, it's coming out of her mouth.
She says that about me all the time.
And I think that was what was challenging, was because a lot of times when it did hit her brain and come out of her mouth, it was truth.
Mm-hmm. All right, next question. Name one thing Nikki is proud of Mama Truth. One thing? One thing. Her bravery. Her bravery. And what's crazy is she don't think she brave. That's the part that gets me every time, is that there have been so many instances in my life where I had to watch my mom be courageous or be brave. And you know, I think like sometimes in the moment you look back and you be like, all you remember is the fear of the situation, right? Mm-hmm. But see, on the outside looking in, I got to see you be afraid, but then do or move forward anyway. Well, that's what bravery is. It's like bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's not doing in the absence of fear. It's doing in the presence of fear. It's like, nah, regardless of how afraid this choice or this decision is making you, you do it anyway. And you despite being afraid, you stood on your own, you raised us on your own, you made all the choices and sacrifices, and you built a life that is, you know what you've built for yourself, and how short a time it took you to build it after sacrificing your whole life for your kids, you know what I mean? So I think that for me, the bravery to start over at what most people consider middle age, like, I think that was, I don't think that, and then to watch you do in 5 years what most people struggle to do 25 or a lifetime. I think that that's the part right there that made me, when it was time for me to leave Apple and come and start doing this full time, I was terrified. I was like, I'm gonna make a living doing this, right? But then I did it, and she gave me the room to do it and a safe space to do it, and has helped me along the way and encouraged me along the way to want more and to get more out of this. So, you know, your bravery has become my bravery. So I definitely think that your courage and your bravery are the that's what I'm most proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, lovey.
Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome, lovey. Let's see. What got Nikki in the most trouble growing up? Her attitude or her decisions?
Her mouth.
Now she just said that my mouth, I was just a vocal child. You see how she done flipped it? You see how she done flipped it, y'all?
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
You see how she flipped it?
The question before was about her behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Her mouth was not behavior. Her mouth was her speaking and voicing her opinion.
That's my personality.
And, you know, Nicole was always that child, and she's always say this. She still says it. She used to watch when people got in trouble and watch what everybody else did, and she chose to do the opposite.
I'm not one of them people that if you tell me that the stove is hot, I do not have to put my hand on the stove to know that the hot is hot. If I see you get burnt, that's enough proof for me.
I think when Nicole was a child, like I said, there was not a lot of challenges. I think Nicole had to find her own voice because most times teenagers are looking to find their own voice. And she was a late bloomer. In other words, she got in her early 20s and started finding her own voice. Now, believe it or not, she was grown on her own, but to me, that was when she became the most difficult. Okay,
I told y'all my early 20s.
There were many days when me and her would interact that a couple of times she realized that she'd gone too far, and she knew she was getting ready to die that day. She just didn't know at what time. She knew she was gonna die. She just didn't know what time.
There's been a couple of times I put my life on the line because of this.
She knew that if she did not die, that by the grace of God and God alone, she was still standing the next day. So that being said, No, just your mouth.
But the question was it my, okay, so would you say, was it my attitude or my decision? So would you put that on attitude then? Since you say my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay, so she said my attitude, which I knew that. The thing about it, I didn't make bad choices as a kid. Like I didn't do bad things.
No.
It was this. It was strictly, I knew I always had something to say. And I wasn't going to not say it just because I wasn't allowed to, I guess. And that's what always got me in trouble, was because there were times where I didn't need or didn't have permission to say what I wanted to say. But in my mind, I always got permission to say it as long as I got, if I have something to say, that's the only permission I needed. And that's the problem that she had with that. She was no.
And I think it was because,
you learn how to keep some of that to yourself.
But I think it was also because in the house, you and your brothers were allowed to speak what you felt, as long as it was with respect.
We were.
And honor.
We were.
You know, they could say what
our opinions matter. Like I said,
they matter.
Our opinions matter.
But what she didn't gather from that, I don't think, and I look back on, is that other people outside of the household didn't care what her opinion mattered, and it offended them and made them want to hurt her.
Basically, what she's saying is that she was the kind of adult that could listen to children's opinions and respect them. People outside of the house, That's because that's the environment I was raised in. I felt like I could be vocal in front of adults too, because that's how she raised me.
Yeah.
But other adults didn't want that. They wanted me to be seen and not heard. And so I ended up becoming, so to everyone else, I'm sure they'll tell you as a kid, I was rebellious, rambunctious. I had a bad attitude. I talked too much. Like, you know, I'm sure they would say those things. But for me, I was conditioned that my opinion mattered from a young age, and I think that's why I'm so opinionated about things now.
But that's why when I used to teach, that's why I used to love teaching teens in Sunday school.
Yeah, Mommy was a great Sunday school teacher.
Because I would give them all the opportunities.
She let us say whatever and ask whatever.
Yeah, and the reason why was because I knew they were finding their voices, they were discovering themselves.
I tell people
and you need to give. I wanted to create at least a little bit of space where they could have those questions answered without feeling like they were being hard-headed, being disrespectful by asking me as an adult the hard questions.
I can literally, and my brothers can too. We can not only ask her anything, but we can tell her anything, and we know that it's a safe space. Even if initially she's like,
"Yeah, what the."
Like, even if initially I didn't curse. Okay. I didn't curse. Even initially, if she's just like, "What the F?" Like, she still is like, even if it like takes her like a day to process it, she'll come back and she'll be like, "Let's talk. What's your favorite kind of quality time together as mom and daughter?" Now, I have like several, because me and my mom, you know, right now, if you guys don't know this, I'm pretty sure some of you do, just based on some of the vlogging I've been doing lately, is right now I am staying with my mom. I'm not gonna give y'all no details as to why, but right now I'm staying with my mom. And so I've been able to spend a lot of time with her that since I moved out of the house, I wasn't able, you know, I moved out at what, 20? Like 3 days after my 20th birthday, I was gone. And, you know, we spent pretty much all my 20s apart. Yeah, would you say so? Yeah. And so I came back home in like my late 20s, and we basically had to start kind of like figuring our relationship out again. And so I say all that to say, now the thing that I love most about, or the thing that I think that we do, like as far as like what we do together as far as quality time, is our walks and our talks.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I do. I agree.
That's like my favorite thing. And I'm to the point, and I'm not even joking, I think I've told you this before, to the point where like I will go and like look for topics for us to talk about during our walk. Did I tell you that? Mm-mm. I never told you that. Mm-mm. Like, especially when we were like heavy, when we thought this country was going down, it's going to hell in a dumpster fire, 2020 election. We were like, I would look up like political conversations or political topics so that, you know, I could carry a conversation with my mom. My mom can carry a very great conversation, and I've always loved that about her. She can talk about any subject, and I've always loved that about her. And she's willing to talk about any subject, even if she's not like prolific in it. She's willing to talk about any subject, and I love that about her. I'm the same way.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, right. And that's why I say I'm the same way. That's how you learn, is you talk about the things you know and you don't know, because you never know somebody's perspective.
Yeah, and that's how you get to know people, and that's how you get to know their perspectives. And you know, it kind of helps make you well-rounded and may even possibly change your perspective. It doesn't mean that it will, but you know, like I said, being open to all perspectives does not mean that you're signing on to everything.
You don't have to agree with everybody, right? You just be open.
You just be open to to all perspectives. Just be open, and that opens you up to be able to look at things from many, many sides, and then eventually stay with what you already believe, or adapt
to a new way of thinking. Yeah, I have to say, I know I already answered the question about what's my, you know, my favorite thing about you or whatever, but I have to say that your openness is amazing. Like I think that that's something that is huge, is that you consider everything. It doesn't mean it's going to change her mind. Trust me. Yeah. She's very, what she is convinced and convicted about. You're not changing her mind, but she's willing to hear everyone's perspective. And even if at the end she doesn't agree, she still considers your opinion valuable and your perspective valuable. So your openness is amazing, love. You are an amazing mother, an amazing human being, not just amazing mother. What are the baddest memories you have of each other? Like, what's the time you've seen a different side of each other? Okay. I'm gonna say the balcony. Look, this ain't even my story. This is my baby brother's story. This ain't even my story, but my baby brother's story. My baby brother and his and the mother of his children This is when this was only when they had Azzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is when only.
Or it was Damien.
Maybe Azzy and Damien. So my oldest niece and my oldest nephew were born. They were still very young, but they were born. And the details don't matter, but for whatever reason, they violated or disrespected this woman here in some kind of way, talking about either my brother or I can't remember who was.
It was both. It was all y'all, actually.
Oh, okay, well then everybody.
Because it went to the movies and was supposed to come back.
There you go. Okay, and so my mom was like laying into them, right? Like to the point where she had backed them out of the house and onto the balcony, and my brother's girlfriend was like. She was like, child, she said, I was 2 seconds from hopping that balcony because I was so scared. And my brother said the same thing. He was like, bro, he was like, no, I thought mommy was going to toss us over the balcony. So I would have to say that story, and I've seen my mom get out of pocket, but every story where you've gotten out of pocket, I wasn't there. Like even the one where you and Big Bruh, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got it. We got out of pocket when we was in the car. When we was in Miles that time, you got out of pocket. Do they want to know the words?
No. We don't want to talk about how you got out of pocket with me. Those are scary moments. I don't remember none of those. I blocked those out.
Oh, what about the hotel in Atlanta?
All right, now she bringing up old stuff. See now, look, hey, she ain't never had out of pocket moment with me. We always been good. We always been good.
Those were the two moments.
Yeah,
where
those are probably
those are two moments going back to the previous question where she had to decide. She had to thank God because she was living the next day.
Yeah.
Because those were the two moments that she showed me a side of that mouth of hers that literally.
Oh, that was my worst moment, wasn't it?
Anybody would have killed her, especially in Atlanta. I had to sit there. I was on my computer,
Bruh.
and she began to rail, and I mean literally rail at me, going in on me. And
I was not healthy mentally back then, y'all.
I was sitting on my computer, and I was like, "Okay, Lord. And God,
Mommy was praying, dog. She was praying to herself.
I had to. I said, because God, if she keep talking, I said, I'm going to jump up here. And I said, somebody going to jail today. I said, and it ain't going to be her. It's going to be me because she going to be dead.
You ever just been arguing with somebody and they just stop and just get quiet and just start focusing on doing something else? At that point, you should know that your life is in danger.
And yes.
Because they are contemplating how many ways to kill you and then how to get away with the murder.
Yeah. So
I promise you.
That right there was one, and the other one was in the car when you kind of did something similar, but I think the one in Atlanta was the worst.
No, that was the worst.
Yeah,
that was the worst.
But we made it through.
We did make it through. High five, Lovey. Man, we made it through. Oh, your nails dry?
Yeah.
Okay. We made it through. Okay, let's see here. One word to describe Nikki when she was a child, and does it still apply to her now? One word to describe me as a kid, and does it still apply to me now?
Shortcake. Shortcake is my favorite.
Yeah.
Strawberry shortcake is my favorite cake.
That's my favorite cake.
Sweet, but not too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very. So one word.
One word.
Sweet. Thank you, Lovey. You're welcome. I really think you were sweet. I mean, when I look back over all of it, you were sweet.
I'm sweet to you now.
You are. Yeah.
She'd be like, I wish you wasn't sweet more often.
Yes, like this morning, may I just thank her for my breakfast in bed. I had avocado toast. I had eggs scrambled hard, like she knows I like it. Was that the chicken bacon or the turkey bacon?
That was the turkey bacon.
I had turkey bacon, and I had apple slices with my tea.
With her tea.
In my bedroom.
In her bedroom.
In my bed.
Queen in the throne.
Yes.
So sweet.
So that was a very sweet act of love for me, and I really appreciate her doing that. So thank you, sweetheart, for my breakfast in bed.
You're very welcome, Lovey. Happy Mother's Day again.
You're welcome. And thank you. All
right, let's see what's another one. Ooh, here's one. Been chatting online. So this is like a situation. They kind of want our advice, okay? Been chatting online with somebody for 2 years, but notice red flags. What do you do?
Pay attention to the red flags, and if the red flag said Forrest run, Forrest run.
That's
seriously.
Run,
because
Forrest, run.
You cannot change anyone. Behavior, as our great poetess and queen said, Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them. And that is a true statement. I have someone had said to me a while ago how she was trying to love someone through what the behavior that they were displaying towards her. She said, well, I just think if I love them through it. You can't love them through it, especially if the behavior they are displaying is hurting you.
What? Why are you staying
Why
for
are
that?
you there trying to love them through it?
Right.
No, the best thing you can do for them is to step away and let them find themselves and let them love themselves through it. And you love yourself through your trauma that led you to try to stay there to love them through theirs. And that's what you do. And
to piggyback off of what Mama Truth just said, baby, if you've been talking to them online for 2 years and you seeing red flags online is when everybody get their best representative. Online is when you can lie.
Yeah.
If you're seeing red flags and you ain't even met them in person yet, this is their representative. This is the person that they've curated this. Everybody's personality online is curated. So they've curated a personality that's got red flags in it. Oh, baby, then the real person is the real deal is
worse.
Run, Forrest, run.
The real deal will be worse because if you are getting red flags online, definitely
from the representative,
when you see them in person, you're gonna get even worse red flags, and you're gonna probably. And if you're not careful, you may find yourself in a situation you never even dreamed or imagined.
Law and Order SVU. Anyway.
Okay.
Law and Order SVU, NCIS, CSI. We seen all the shows. Stop it. Stop it. All right, now stop it. Y'all stop meeting people online. Dag nabbit. Run into a human in real life. Somebody with some flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? What does your inspiration for writing come from? I'm assuming this is my question. Everything. I don't have. I literally I don't have like.
She just gets downloads.
Yeah.
I watch her. We'll be having a conversation. And next thing I know, she's got her phone out talking about him writing a synopsis for another book
or a movie or
oh, that's a great idea. God just giving me an idea. That's a great idea. And she just starts typing into her phone.
Yeah. So I write every idea down. That's one thing I do is because you never know. Like I'm inspired all the time, and as a writer and just like a creative person, I'm always creating, and so like I'm always coming up with an idea that I can elaborate on later. So as far as like inspiration, this is gonna sound real arrogant, I know, but I feel like I inspire myself. I don't feel like it's something outside of me. I feel like I curate, like I'm my own muse. Like I can curate a idea out of nothing, or I, like you said, we can be talking and my mom will say something, it'll be one line or even a name, and from one name I can write an entire book. So like for me, it can be anything. Like I've done that before. Like if I wanted to use a name in a book, I'll write an entire story just around a name because I wanted to use a name.
You are unlimited in the inspiration and the creativity that comes to you through the things that you see in this world and the things that you hear. Yeah. I mean, I think this whole world is an inspiration. Yeah. Depending on how you look at it.
That's facts. That's facts. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. I think it is a cyclical process that, you know, doesn't have a beginning or an end. I think, you know, just the moment that you begin living, you also begin creating, and vice versa, you know, literally, you know what I'm saying? The moment you begin creating, you begin living. Yeah. And so for me, I think that it just kind of like, it's a cycle that just kind of like repeats itself, and it's the chicken and the egg. Who knows what came first, right? We're getting to the end here. Got 2 more questions. You ready, Lovey? Mm-hmm. All right, 2 more questions. It says for Nikki, and then the other one is for Mama Truth. So I'll answer my question first, and then I'll let you do the finale, okay? All right. For Nikki, which parts of your personality do you think you got from your mom? My personality? My humor. My humor for sure. She's goofy. She's funny. My strength. My brother calls it, we have this thing that my brother coined this phrase. He calls it bounce back ability. And he says it as one word though. And my mom used to always say when we were younger, we're like the Weebles. We wobble, but we never fall down. And so I think that was something that like was conditioned into me based on watching her, but also just what she told me is that, you know, no matter how many times you get knocked down, it's not about getting knocked down. It's about how many times you get up. Like, you know, you can get setbacks. You can make wrong choices. You can have missteps, and you can fall flat on your face. But it's up to you whether or not you choose to live there or stay there. So I think my strength is in. I think that the strength to always get up, the strength to always persevere, the strength to always do, and the strength to not be afraid to do. You know, I feel like I get that from her. Her ceiling was my floor. That's what she told me when I was younger. And I took that and I ran with that. Her wisdom. I'm super, super wise, but I know, but a lot of mine is learned in the sense that, like, I went out and I lived and I learned and I took classes or I studied. Her wisdom is all inherent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. She got like 3 degrees. How many degrees? 2 degrees? 2 degrees? Mm-hmm. She has 2 degrees. So it's not like she's not like trained or learned or anything like that or scholastic. I mean, but it's just like there's things that she knows inherently without having to study, without having to know or even be prolifically educated in a subject, and she just knows. She just knows. And I'm like that in a lot of different ways. Her discernment, I feel like I got that too. Her heart, well, to a certain extent. Yes. I told y'all in the other video, I got about 10-15 minutes of sympathy and empathy living inside of me. And then beyond, after that, that's when she wins in that category. Because this one right here, she'll give you chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. That's just the way her heart is set up. And I'm not built like that. Because I do have a heart for, she has a heart for the masses, and I have a heart for people. Like I really do. Like I cry over commercials. I'll cry over a movie trailer. Yeah. Like she knows that about me. Like that's how I am. Like I'll cry over a St. Jude commercial. Them babies in them hospitals be getting me every single time. I will be turned into a bucket of water. They be sitting there like, because they display so much strength. They still smiling and they go through what they're going through. And you got the nerve to be tight. Let me not get on my soapbox. But you got the nerve to be upset or feeling some type of way about, you know, your day. And these babies be like 8, 9, 5 years old going through things they shouldn't even have to go through, bro. Yeah. Like, whatever. So for me, yeah, those are the characteristics that I think that I got from my mom. My heart, my strength, my wisdom, and my courage. Yeah. Okay. What you think?
Yeah, I think
now, you said personality. As far as fly and beauty, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. I'm just a yellow version of her. You know what I'm saying? We even got the gap, you know what I'm saying? I got that from my mama. All right. Last and final question, Mama Truth. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you. Hopefully we can have you back for another video. You know what I'm saying? I know that they're going to appreciate you. Hey, come here. Come say hi real quick. We about to wrap up the video. Can his face show or no? Yeah. Yeah, long as Papa's here. Come here, Stinkly Dinks. So my big brother is here, and my nephew are here to celebrate my mom for Mother's Day. This is my nephew. Here he comes, y'all. I know y'all love him. Y'all remember how short his hair was? Remember they saw him once on that live, brother? Yeah. Look at his hair, y'all. And this ain't even doing it justice. My brother was up there whipping them curls. Look. Let me just look. You see this? You see this? And did you see the bounce back ability? Did you see that y'all snap back? Child, look. I know y'all out there. Y'all wish y'all could scalp this. I know it's chicks wish they had hair like this. You can't grow it like this. This is all natural, okay?
This right here. This right here.
Stinkly Dinks. 5 pound that, man.
This is the second generation of the chosen one.
Yeah. Slinger! Come put your face in here so they know where he get it from.
Yeah.
Come here. They didn't know where to see you before. Can they see you? Hold on, let me see.
This is my oldest.
This is my big broskies. Yeah, there you go. Dip your head a little bit, bro. There you go. That's my big bro. That's my big bro.
This is chosen one.
And then my little neff.
This is chosen one version 1. This is chosen one version 2.
Yeah, and then my little neff.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.
Love you too.
You love me too? You love me too? I love you, big bro. So that's something y'all always ask me too. Y'all always comment on how close-knit our family is. I keep trying to tell y'all, my brothers are my best friends, bro. Best friend or no?
Bring it down.
All day, every day, bro. We got some story time. Me and my big bro got some story times coming for y'all. Because when I say that me and him was off the chain, we done robbed the ice cream truck. We didn't... I'm still concerned about telling the story about the homeless dude, bro. Because I don't know if we might get charges on that one. But we'll I feel like the statutes of limitations is up.
Don't tell that story.
The statutes of limitations are up.
Don't tell that story.
But we got a ton of stories. But I'm gonna ask this last question so that we can let Mama Truth go ahead and we can continue celebrating and enjoying her for the day. All right, Mama Truth. This is the last question. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Well, okay, I guess I can ask. Okay, I'll ask this: thoughts or feelings when Nikki presented you with a significant other for the first time? So who was that? Was it the first? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna bleep that name out though. And I'm gonna bleep the name out in editing. Cause ain't nobody getting no cloud over here. But no, seriously. So, mommy, how did you feel the first time I brought somebody home?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had no feelings because my oldest son took care of everything.
Facts.
No, really, I didn't mind because it was already.
Don't say his name.
I'm sorry.
She said his name like that times. Don't say his name.
You know what? The young man was very, very. I knew him. I knew his family.
Yeah. Him and my brother were like best friends at that time.
Yeah, they were very best friends.
Yeah.
Because it was at a time when she was a teenager, you know, I knew she still had some growing to do. I knew she still had some things she wanted to do. And, you know, sometimes that first person that you show an interest in is not, they're the door opener. That's basically it.
Why you trying to play him like that? What you trying to say?
No, I'm not saying that they cannot be your lifelong partner.
No, I feel you.
I'm just saying, but they open the door to your opportunity to explore that part of your life
and get to know who
you are,
and
get to know who you are in that type of relationship.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I knew that they care for one another, but it wasn't like it was a major. I don't think it was a major issue for them.
For you,
the family. It was they were young.
Yeah, my mom has never been one of those. I don't know how to describe it. Like even with my big brothers, like my mom never.
I'm not one of those interfering type of mothers that like to try to get into children relationships, interject and tell them how to have the relationship.
If we come to her with something, if we bring something to her, that's one thing. But as far as like just like involving herself in our relationship, like I seen some parents like be calling the other person's significant other and doing all that. My mom ain't.
Well, this is my thought.
My mom ain't never.
And
been
I've
that type.
said, and they can vouch for this. I've said this since they were children. That when they get married or they have a relationship, if they come to me, they talk to me about themselves.
Yeah.
They don't talk to me about the other person, because whoever they marry now becomes my son or my daughter.
Yep.
And I'm not going to choose between my sons and my daughter. So therefore, if they're going to talk to me, they need to talk to me about them and their part in whatever the matter may be. But don't talk to me about their partner, because I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to get on board with that, because the simple fact is that's their relationship. They have to resolve it. I can be a sounding board. I can provide advice from my perspective.
Yeah.
But there's always more than one side to a story.
Absolutely.
And so because of that, I find myself a lot of times being unbiased in whatever they bring to me, because I'm gonna look at it from the other person's perspective as well. So
yeah, we the one thing about I will have to say about our family is that like not just like with my mom with us, but like me and my brothers with each other too, and my big brother, he's right over here, he can vouch for this, is that we tell each other the truth. Yeah. And like if they see me, if they peep me being stupid in a situation, they know I'm the one to blame. Big bro be like, all right, sis, like you already know that you over exaggerating or you overreacting or blah 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 blah. And the same thing with him, big bro. No,
we ain't scared of the truth.
Come here, come here. You see the name of y'all know the name of my channel was been down a little bit, bro. The name of my channel is the Unsolicited Truth.
We just not scared of the truth over here
at all.
The truth help you grow. So,
and we know that we all got our stuff about us. Like one thing about my family is that we ain't gonna never be like if somebody came to me and be like, your brother did such and such, I'd be like, he probably did. Like I know that dude. I know what he capable of. He probably did. You know what I'm saying? But don't talk to me about what he did. Talk to me about what you did. And that's what my mom is saying. Is like if whoever brings the situation, if I talk to my brother about a situation, he gonna ask me what was my part.
Well, I used to do that when they were children.
When we were younger,
I used to do that when they were children. When people would come and tell me what my
children
did, I would listen, be respectful, say, okay, thank you. But I just did not assume, just because they were adult, that they were telling me the truth.
Yeah, and she also didn't assume because we was kids that we didn't do whatever they accusing us of doing.
So what I would do, I would ask them. And because I'm their mother, I could tell when they were telling me the truth. and when they were lying. Yeah. But I could also tell when other people, children,
were exaggerating what we had done.
Yeah, or trying to insinuate them into something that they weren't a part of. And again, that became because as a mom, I wanted to be the best mother I could. So I knew it was not just providing for them materially, but also for them emotionally and mentally and spiritually.
I'm sorry, y'all hear my nephew back there whispering.
Even when I had my own issues to still deal with. Yeah, their well-being from all aspects was always important to me.
Absolutely.
One more question, then we can call it quits.
You want to do one more?
One more.
All right, let me see.
Love Unsolicited Truth Nation, but
Solicit Nation. That was the last question, Mom.
Solicit Nation. That was the last question.
I mean, I had some other ones I didn't ask. Do you want me to ask you one more question?
Yeah, just one more.
All right, I got you. Oh, actually, you know what? Big bro, ask Mommy a question.
Who's your favorite?
This man, go ahead. My answer is, who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? I don't have favorites.
That's what she always
says. All of them are my favorites. Yeah. All of them are my favorites. All 3 of my children, all 5 of my grandchildren are my favorites. I don't have favorites. And the reason why is because each one of them brings something so unique and so different to the family unit that makes us a whole unit. So I can't have a favorite. I just know I love them.
I got a favorite mom. I got a favorite
mom.
I
know you well enough to know that you were going to say that at the end of the day. Even if you have one, like me being who I am, I don't care, man. I just love being a big brother.
They make the perfect blend of what a family unit should be and how they can lean and support one another. They can trust in one another, and that's what family is all about. Absolutely. I mean, on this Mother's Day, I think one of the greatest things for me is knowing that I, as a mother, have put together a very strong family unit. Yeah. And I'm bringing my grandchildren along into that. And watching them grow and, developing those relationships as cousins and as family. Yeah. And, that's the best part about being a mother or even being a father is that you get to watch that which you have created come into this earth and do what only they were designed to do.
Y'all heard it from Mama Truth. You know what I'm saying? You have the perfect example of what a mother is supposed to be. You wish you had a mother like this. I know you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You don't know. I'm kidding, Mom. This is solicitation. They know how I joke around with them. She's such a mom.
I know she's how she jokes too, but there's just certain things that I just don't think you need to play with.
Spoken like a true mom. Okay, Mom. Sorry. Everybody's mom is great. Anywho,
Nikki.
What, Lovey? Everybody's mom isn't great, and that's the truth. This is the unsolicited truth. All right. Everyone,
thank you all for having me.
Yes, everyone, I am grateful. I know that the response is going to be amazing. I already know that you guys are going to be very kind and very considerate of Mama Truth, and that you guys are going to love on her the way that we always do. Y'all already know this is a safe space. We don't got no toxicity here, and I love that about the Solicit Nation. There's never a derogatory or a bad comment, and I appreciate that about this nation. This nation is here of love, light, and laughter. We've always been that from the beginning, and we will continue to be that. So on this Mother's Day, we want to say thank you to every mother out there, all the mothers, anyone who has given birth. And then we also want to say thank you to the fathers who are out there playing mother right now on this day, because they are a single parent as well. Shout out to all the mothers, and shout out to all of the single parents, the single fathers out there also being mother and father to their children today. We love you guys. Solicit Nation, thank you so much for hanging out with us and sticking through this Q&A, because this thing is long, you know what I'm saying? But I have enjoyed it, and I'm grateful that you came down here and that you got over your apprehension to get on the internet, and I appreciate you, Lovey. Thanks, big bruh, for showing your head. Come here, nephew. Come say bye. Come on. All right, my nephew gonna help me do my outro. Come on, Stink. Yeah, come on, Stink. All right. And come here, Bubby. All right, ready? All right. So, Solicit Nation, if you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, look at you supposed to be looking at the camera, Bubba. Look at the camera. So, Solicit Nation, if you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't be afraid to share. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload. And if you've been here before, then you already know. Gotta hit them with the... Come on, Stink. Ready? We gotta hit them with the... Go like this. We gotta hit him with the deuces. Good job, Bubba.
People are crazy. People are crazy. People are crazy.